groundwork. So most important in groundwork is leading them around. So what I like to do, and I think is the most appropriate for horses, is staying far in front, about 2 or 3 meters away. So here I'm going to lead her, and whenever she gets too close, she runs into a wall. No passing. So this allows them to already have space to move around, because if you hold them, the problem is if you hold them right here, anytime a horse spooks, moves their heads, try to get a fly off, they're going to bump into you, walk into you, and so that might put a lot of pressure on the horse because they can't get spooked, they can't move, or they run over you. So being in front reassures them because there's a distance, and so they can't harm you in any way. And also the problem is when you hold them right here, when you lead them, you hold the head close to you, and so the shoulders go out, and that's very often a defense that horses have riding, by pushing with their shoulder, and that's often taught by hand walking, because we hand walk them too close and hold them right here so they can't move. So what I like to do, like I said before, is come really far away. And also with this distance, if there's ever any problem, the horse will spook or go in front of you, you have those 3 meters to react. So to get in front of them, turn them around, stop them, or decide to let go. But when you're right here, if your horse spooks and runs off, there's nothing you can do. Your horse is already too far gone. So here I'm going to lead her around a little bit. So what I'm going to ask her to do, because she's more advanced on groundwork than a young horse, so I'm going to change my speed, and she needs to follow. Here, and then I'm going to slow down, and she needs to stay back. It's live grass, very tempting. She needs to slow down, and if she gets too close, oh, she stopped just before I was going to put pressure. And then I'm going to put my feet in, and stop. Good. And so she backed up by herself, so I stopped very suddenly, so it came kind of a surprise, and instead of running over me, she was like, "Ooh, I need to stop," and backed up. So she had the right reaction for what I asked her to do, and so I rewarded by releasing the pressure and letting her have a break. So something else you can do, if you have a horse that will be in the right position but will let you drag them, she is not that type of horse. She is more of the horse that wants to come really close to you. But some horses will let them be dragged by you. So what you can do in those situations is you can come more at this angle, at the shoulder, with a long lunge. And so this is only for to correct them, and so they can find the right position. And then you want to get back in front. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a tension on the rope, and if the horse doesn't move forward, you can whack them with the lead rope. So tension, and if she doesn't react, you can put pressure on the back. So you do this until your horse, as soon as you put a little bit of tension on the lunge, goes forward, and then you can place yourself back 2 or 3 meters in front and see if your horse responds better to the tension in your lunge. So then what we're going to do is we're going to work on the back up. So to teach a horse on how to back up, we're going to go really gradually. When we're lead walking them, there's this fence that they cannot go through, and every time they touch it, they get stopped, and so you give a big a big movement, I would say, so they back up. But to teach them, and when we're asking them and it's not just they're running into a wall, we're gonna start putting our energy towards the horse, and if that doesn't work, we're just gonna put a little bit of energy in the lunge. You wait 2 or 3 seconds, and that's all I needed, just one foot going behind. So for a young horse who doesn't know how to do this yet, that is more than enough. She, on the other hand, knows already. So she came too close to me, so I told her no, she has to stay behind. She, on the other hand, already has a lot of experience in this groundwork, so she was kind of being lazy right there. So I'm going to ask her to do a little bit more. So I'm going to put my energy, ask her to go back with my energy. If that doesn't work, a little bit of energy in my lunge. And then I'm going to ask her to do more, so a little more energy until she really backs up. Okay, that was a real step. Ask her to pull forward again. And so what I'm going to do is put energy, and that was enough to make her back up. So this is what we want at the end. Just the fact of putting energy is enough to make them back up. So that was good. And you do this as long as it takes for them to understand what you're asking of them. So then what we can do, these are exercises to get ready for riding, I would say. So you can go and see my basic riding video. We're going to talk about flexions and emergency stops. So what you can do to prepare for these is from the ground, have a presentation like if you were on the horse. So your lunge is going to be on the back where your rein would be. And you're going to be really close to your horse. And you're going to come and take the lunge just like you would for the rein. Come really short up to the eye so the horse sees you. And there you go. You want your horse to come all the way to you. And you release as soon as the horse has the right intention. So you come, you put a little bit of pressure. As soon as your intention, like for riding, you do vibrations. You never ever have a constant pressure because that allows your horse to push against you. So as soon as your intention, it's vibrations. And that will bother your horse more and make it impossible for him to push against you. So then you can do this on the other side. So you hold your rein like this, and you come with this angle, and you want your horse to move his head. There we go. That was also thanks to fly, but the response was right, so I released anyways. So I'm gonna come again, get some vibration. Very good, very good. Okay, so this will get us ready for the next exercise. So we want our horse to follow where the pressure is wherever we are. So the next exercise is going to be, we're going to pass the lunge behind the hind legs of the horse. So she already needs to be comfortable with this sensation before we do any exercise like this. Then we're going to ask her to have a flexion on the other side using the rope we have. And as soon as we have it, we put tension on the other one. And we want her to turn around and face us. So this is a good exercise to teach them how to follow the energy, follow the pressure. Even if we're not there, that's where they should go. So we're going to do this on the other side. So here, I'm just going to make sure this exercise is ready. Okay, good. And so now, you never ever let go this side of the lunge while you're preparing for the exercise, because if by any chance she gets spooked or there's a problem, you can always let go of the other side and get her back on this side to be safe. So I'm going to ask for the flexion, and as soon as I have that, tension in the other lunge, and ask her to move her legs. Perfect. Okay, that was great. And turn back in front of me always. She always has to have her nose towards me. Another exercise we can do to teach them to nicely cross their back legs is go towards them and ask them to move their hind legs. So we never ever want to see their heels. We always want their nose. So what I'm going to do is, with a very big lunge, go towards her back legs, and if she forgets to follow me, put a lot of pressure there. But I always give her the chance to respond. So I'm going to go to the back legs. Ah, and there, she responded. She's also occupied, but whatever's happening over there. So again, she's kind of in my space. I'm going to go to the back legs, and she responds. I don't put more pressure. Then you can do this on the other side. I'm going to come over here. Very good. That was a great response before I even did anything. So we're going to go again. Very good. Okay. That was a very good response. So these are all good exercises to move the back legs of your horse. And you can also do these types of exercises to move only the front legs. So what you're going to do is come really close over here to the shoulder, and you're going to ask for a little bit of pressure just to cross over. That was a little bit hard for her. She got a little bit confused on what I was asking her, but I just continued until she responded correctly. And even if she only did one step to the side, that was more than enough for me to release the pressure, so she understands what I'm asking for her. So I'm going to ask again to see if she understands this time. So I'm going to put my hand here so she can't come with her head. And then I'm going to put my other hand here, put pressure. There. And now she understands what we're asking from her. I'm going to ask her again. Very good. That was a very good step she took right there. Okay, now we're going to do it from the other side. So at first you're going to have to put a lot more pressure and maybe put a little bit more tension on the rope if they go forward. That is not her case. She already knows a little bit what she's doing here. So I'm going to put my hand here and start putting pressure. Not the right answer. If she decides to go backwards, I'm going to put pressure more towards the back of her leg. So she wants to go more forwards, and if she decides to go to in front, I'm going to put pressure more over here so she stops the movement in front. And if she goes perfectly to the side, we're going to be in the middle of the shoulder. So I'm going to ask her again. We always start off in the middle of the shoulder, and here she's backing up, so I'm going more in the back. Okay. Good step there. I'm going to ask her again because the exercises apparently weren't very clear here. Okay, so again, to the middle of the shoulder, pressure, 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 and you always stay close. Perfect. Okay, you always stay very close to your horse. That's going to be reassuring for them, and also if ever they move, you have a better chance of staying to them and keeping the pressure. So we're going to ask again, make sure it's good for her. Back. Perfect. That's great. Okay. We're going to go over one last thing. So this is going to help you put your bit on and your bridle on. So what we're going to do is ask her to put her head down. So I'm going to hold the halter here and then put my hand on top here, and I'm going to come and put pressure, pull her towards the bottom, and as soon as she puts her head a little bit to the bottom, I'm going to release this pressure. Very good. Oh, the grass is very interesting apparently. I'm going to ask her again, and always a little bit towards me, so I have a little bit more strength if she's turned with the nose a little bit towards me. Very good. So with a horse who already knows, you can have a flat hand. But with a horse that has a lot of resistance, you can come and in between the ears there's a bump, and you can put 2 fingers on each side and like this have a lot more pressure and control. When you do this, you always need to be careful. Your horse can always put their head up, go away. So at first you're really going to ask for the minimum. So really just the fact that the nose goes down just a little bit. There, that's already enough. So if the head kicks up, you just continue with the pressure. If he backs up, you just try to stay as long as you can. And as soon as the pressure goes away, the tension from her part goes away, and she releases and drops the head, you release everything so she understands that that was the right answer. The harder it is for them to find an answer, the less you're going to demand of them. So if it took 2 or 3 minutes to get the answer you wanted. As soon as if it was, if it's kind of what you asked for, you release, so she already knows in what angle she's supposed to go in. But if it was really easy, if the first time she got it right away, then you can ask more for them. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope I was helpful to you. And if you have any other questions, you can consult my other videos. And normally there should be a weekly release of every video. So hope to see you guys soon. Bye!